welcome back to the Sports Syllabus Show. I'm your host, John Shakota, and I'm joined by.
Aniwaniwa Tait-Jones.
All right, so Aniwa, like I told you before we started recording, I always have my mom call in for my guests, just kind of give my parents some, give them their 10 seconds of fame. So, I have my mom on the line right now, so she's gonna ask you two questions, and then we'll start the questions that I got, but my mom's
Sure.
got one right now.
Yes, sir.
All right, mom, you
All
can.
right. Okay, my first question is, do you still call your family before every game or only the really big ones?
No, I call my parents all the time. I speak to my parents every day. I have a really close relationship with them. So yeah, we speak all the time, and definitely before every game. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Good to hear. Moms like to hear that. Well, dads too, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, and then my next question is, what's your go-to comfort food after a tough game or a hard practice?
Oh, I would say anything that my wife cooks. She's a great cook. So anything that she cooks. I mean, she just made me eggs today, eggs on toast.
Mm-hmm.
It seems simplistic, but it's really good. So yeah, anything that she makes.
Another solid answer. John, take some notes here.
I will. All right.
Thank you
Bye,
for the
mom.
questions.
All right. Bye.
Love
Good
you.
luck, guys. Thanks.
Okay. So
There we
now
go.
that
There
my
we go.
my mom's questions are out of the way, but New Zealand is known for their it's a and then this is not to take anything away from basketball, but it's known as a rugby sort of country. So, did you ever try rugby?
Yeah, man, I played rugby growing up. I think a lot of New Zealanders do.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I grew up playing rugby, and I think that's why I'm so physical and I play hard on the court.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Is because I would assume rugby has something and this is like no shot at all, but like shot at you at all. But most of your game, you're dominant on the inside for the most part. You drive a lot, you get very physical, and even like that's just kind of how you play, which is different compared to now it's either like I just had a guy on from Bradley who is the exact opposite, and he's got to Bradley because he shoots three balls really well. So that just kind of shows and that's a good thing that you're um different in the sense of that. So your number 12, I want to know, has that been your only number like throughout your whole career, and why is your number 12?
Uh, no, I grew up wearing 12. I wore 12 in high school at the high school I played at, and I was wearing 5 in college. Well, I changed. I my first year it was 15,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to 5 to honor my coach who passed away, and then yeah, I went to 12 just to go back to my high school number.
Fair, fair. I mean, we'll talk about it in my next question, but you had a lot of success in high school. During like your high school age, you played for the Wellington Saints. What was that like? And then kind of to build on that, how do you think that helped your career and just your basketball career now?
Yeah, no, that was awesome. It was awesome to play against, pros every day. They taught me a lot. The Wellington Saints is a great organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I learned a lot playing against older guys and learning the habits of a pro,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, man, it taught me a lot, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that they gave me, and they helped me a lot to get to where I am today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm an Illinois fan, and we saw Yak and Jonas take over this Big Ten play. And then they brought in Did you see what they've done this offseason in the portal with?
The
They made
father,
that meme with Underwood and like a Adidas jumpsuit because they have
yeah,
like all pros from the Europe, and they're all, I think, Vulcan is what it's called. So,
yeah,
um,
Vulcan.
yeah, so that was really cool. But what did you learn because you started your collegiate career at Hawaii Hilu? I'm saying that correct, right?
Elo. Yep, yep,
Yeah. So what did you learn when you played there? Obviously, it's a different sort of, was it D2?
yep, D2.
So there's a difference obviously between D1 and D2. So what was that like?
Yeah, I think it helped me a lot. I'm super grateful for the journey that I took, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Hmm.
D2 basketball, there's some really good players there. I mean, we're seeing it now. There's a lot more D2 guys coming up and playing Division 1 ball. I mean, we
Yeah.
had, I think, 6 D2 transfers on our team
Yeah.
this year. So, it was high level. It was good ball. The Pac West was a good league.
Hmm.
So yeah, man, it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think like I like to relate it a lot to because a lot of the guys that I talk to are a lot of guys who are usually under recruited, um and who clearly have talent. It's just they just got unlucky sometimes. But like I related a lot to in the NFL draft with Cam Ward. The dude had no FBS like offers outside of um like going into college, and then he was the number one overall pick. So it doesn't matter where you start from, and that's the same thing that it's going to be with you for your whole career. It doesn't matter because we know you're going to be a pro, and we know you're going to be elite at what you do. Um, but what coach has been the most helpful to you in your career out of all your coaches? Which coach has kind of helped you the most? Would you say?
Um, it's a tough question, man, because I've had a lot of great coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the most influential is definitely Kenny McFadden.
Hmm.
He was the coach that kind of brought me into basketball and molded me as a player and worked with me a lot. So definitely he's the most influential in my life. I saw him as a second father figure, and then like I said, he unfortunately passed away a few years ago, and
Yeah.
I've had another coach kind of step in, Brendan Polyblank, from back home in New Zealand, and he's kind of stepped into that role now. So I think those two coaches from New Zealand have really helped me and molded me into the player that I am today.
Definitely. Yeah. What's the like hoops scene sort of like in New Zealand where, a lot of people when they think of New Zealand or Australia for basketball, they obviously think of Australia, not saying because New Zealand hasn't been good, but just how dominant Australia has been. So what's the hoop scene in New Zealand kind of like?
I definitely think it's on the come up. I mean, you said it, like basketball isn't like, the biggest sport, or hasn't been. Now it's kind of on the come up, but a lot
Hmm.
more younger kids are playing it. I'm definitely seeing it a lot more, like in schools and stuff, and there's heaps of kids playing it back home. So we're on the come
Uh-huh.
up. Watch out for New Zealand in like 5 to 10 years, bro. We're gonna be really
Definitely.
nice.
And do you think a lot of the guys who started to play the style of basketball that you kind of played, where they're going to be a lot more physical and stuff, and they're going to try and do a lot more of the quote unquote like old school sort of basketball where they drive to the paint a lot and try and initiate contact instead of doing the new score to just chucking up threes and all that?
Oh yeah, I think New Zealanders definitely have a brand, like a hard nosed brand, and I think
Mhm.
that starts
Totally.
with Steven Adams. I think he set the tone for that. But yeah, man, we're tough. We play hard, and we love the game. So
Exactly. I mean, Steven Adams, like, is they were talking about on the broadcast all when the Rockets are playing. He's the best offensive rebounder in the game. That doesn't just come by. Also, he's an insanely strong human being. Like that's another thing.
he's a
Um,
dog. He
yeah,
was dominating the series, bro.
yeah. So what drew you to UC San Diego, considering that they were so new to the Division 1 level?
I think the coaches, man, they believed in me a lot. Coach Olin, all the coaches, man, they had a sense of belief in me and trusted me with, helping guide their program through this transition.
Mm-hmm.
And they were clear with me from the start and honest about my role and what that would look
Mm-hmm.
like and the path for our team. And I mean, everything they told me came true. So I'm,
Uh-huh.
I'm super grateful for them, man.
Yeah, totally. Because I think honesty is so important now, especially even more, I think, with NIL, where some guys will just go there because of money instead of, being told, like, you're not going to play, but we'll pay you $4 million or whatever. Where for me, I like to play. And I mean, making $4 million is nice, though. I will admit, getting your money, like how that Texas quarterback, Arch Manning, dude made $4 million on for 2 years and not playing it out. He's the Heisman favorite, which is crazy, but he's also insanely talented. But I do think that's an important thing, kind of coaches being honest and transparent on visits, because sometimes I think these 5 stars go to these schools and you don't hear about them for 2 years and then they come out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, the NIL stuff is insane.
That's yeah,
I'm
it's
kind of glad I'm out of it now.
yeah, like even and I don't know like the specific numbers here, but even at Bradley, like I know all the star guys on our because basketball's our kind of thing. So I know that like the NIL here is another. It's getting crazy. There's gonna I mean Sac State now seeing getting Shaq, getting Mike Bibby, Mikey like they're just getting a bunch of like high level D1 guys. They just got a new rendering for their football stadium and their basketball. So all these mid majors are good, which I love to see because I love mid major dark horses in March
Yes, sir.
Madness and in college football too.
Yeah, me too.
So you talked a little bit about Coach Olin, but what has Coach Olin done for you in your basketball career?
He's helped me a lot, man. I I credit the success to him. Like he believed in me from day one before I even got on campus, and ever since I've been out there, he's just instilled this belief in me, and he's made me believe in myself as a player. And I think that's the biggest thing when you're hooping, man, is if your coach believes in you and what you can do. I mean, sky's the limit, and we kind of saw that this year. Um, so nah, he's helped me tremendously, man. I'm truly
Hmm.
grateful for him, and I'm happy for his next steps at New
Hmm.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's another mid-major like powerhouse. But you talked a little bit about confidence. What is do you ever have lapses like you're the probably the dominant scorer, I would say the leading scorer on the team just statistics wise. Um what is having a coach who always puts confidence in you? What does that do for your game?
I think it's massive, man. It's massive. It only like sometimes, as a player, you don't believe in yourself, but when your coach is telling you, hey, shoot that, hey, you're
Yeah.
open, shoot it, hey,
Hmm.
get downhill, make plays, like it just instills the belief in myself and makes my job super easy, man.
Exactly. And another thing is too, like we're all younger, we're young college kids. Like you always have the where we like to overreact and I'm going through it now where you don't want to study for finals, but you have to sort of thing. So, and I'm
Lock
only
in,
a
lock
freshman.
in, lock in.
So it's not going to be fun. But you made your impact in your first year at UC San Diego no to the conference known very well, winning conference newcomer of the year. What was that like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man, to transition from Division 2 to D1, not knowing what to expect, and to have that sort of recognition, man, it was pretty awesome.
Did making that sort of D1 to D2 transition, did you ever have like any kind of like how sometimes, and this happened with me a lot when I played in my high school sports, you would go up against a guy who's committed to a D1 school and you kind of go in sort of not like you're going to be beat, but you kind of have that in the back of your head where like these guys are better than me. Did you kind of ever have that mentality where like, oh, these guys are D1 guys, it's a quote unquote completely different thing than D2?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit, but I mean, the league that I was playing in, the Pac West in Division 2, there's a lot of D1 bounce backs. So I was
Okay.
playing against D1 guys, I mean, every week there. So I
Yeah.
always wanted to compete, man. It's just about getting an opportunity to show it.
Hmm.
And that's why I was so grateful to UC San Diego.
Exactly. Exactly. And you finally got that and you showed the world.
Yes, sir.
Um, so we don't see a lot. We talked a little bit with players from New Zealand. We don't see a lot of New Zealand NBA players. So what is it like being on NBA radars and NBA draft radars, being from New Zealand? What is that kind of like and what does that mean to you?
It definitely means a lot to me, man, to kind of put on for my country. We're such a small country,
Yeah.
but we're very prideful. Yeah, so the fact that I'm, being put in the NBA conversation is awesome.
Hmm.
I'm gonna work hard for it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm ready to make the jump.
Yeah, I'm ready to see you too.
Yeah.
Um, you had a good year your junior year, averaging 13, 6, and 3, but then you had a huge jump and became one of the best and premier, I think, mid-major stars in your senior year, averaging 19, 5, and 4. What do you attribute to that success and like that jump in literally every statistic?
Yeah, I think coaching staff, like I mentioned earlier, like they believed in me a lot. Coach Olin kind of gave me the reins, and I just think the hard work, man. I'm a hard worker. I went home, worked hard with my coach, like I was saying, Brendan Polly Blank. We work super hard.
Hmm.
My parents, they push me. My wife, my my whole family, man, my sisters, they push me to be better. So yeah, I credit everyone, man. It takes a village.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. My next question, you guys kind of had a lot of hype because last year you guys were good, but you didn't get to make the tournament because of the, we've talked about, you and I have talked about this, the dumb rule where you have to wait, is it 5 years
Yep, yep.
to make March Madness? So you guys got unlucky with that. So there was a lot of hype going into this year. How did you guys deal with that and not kind of let that get to your head?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of tried to stay away from it, man. Our Coach Holland was really good. He was hard on us every day. He was coaching us hard, so we didn't really have time to focus on, how good we were or the hype or anything like that.
Hmm.
We just came in every day ready to work and t took every day as it came. And yeah, I mean, the results showed.
Yeah, definitely. My number might be off, but I think it was two or three 30-win teams in the college. It might be wrong,
I think it
but
was four. I think it was four.
yeah, it was right
Four.
around there. So just to be with that alone in a mid, that's one of the best mid-major teams ever, and you guys played your butts off, and played to literally the last second, in March Madness. But you won Big West Player of the Year. What was that like, and what was that feeling like?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I mean, to get recognition for the work that I've put in over the years, it was amazing. And it was just a great feeling to, win that award and win that with my teammates. And not only I won the award, a lot of my teammates like Hayden Gray, Defensive Player of the Year,
Yeah.
Chris Howe, Hustle Player of the Year, Justin
Uh-huh.
Rochlin, Six Man of the Year, and
Yeah.
Tyler McGuy, first team as well.
Yeah.
So to kind of get all this recognition with my teammates, it was amazing, man. But yeah, it was a great feeling, to kind of get some credit for all the hard work that I've been putting in.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. And speaking of winning stuff in the Big West, you guys won the Big West regular season and then won it in the tournament. What was that moment of realization when you're like, we just won and we're going to March Madness? Like, what was that? When did that hit and what did that feel like?
Honestly, I don't think it hit till like Selection Sunday when we were all sitting there, at the gym and we saw our name next to Michigan. I mean, it's what dreams are made of, man.
Yeah.
No, it was an amazing feeling, to win in Vegas and to celebrate with the boys and then, yeah, see our name in the bracket. I mean, that's something I'll never forget.
Exactly. And I gotta ask, was that one of your goals coming to America, knowing you're going to be playing in the States? Was that one of your goals to be eventually on a March Madness team?
Honestly, I'd be lying if I said yeah. I didn't think I'd get to this point in my career, bro. I mean, being like a little small town kid from New Zealand,
Uh-huh.
I didn't expect I'd be playing on such a big stage. So yeah, I exceeded my expectations for sure.
Hmm. But we talked about the dumb year or whatever rule that it is for UC San Diego. But what was that moment like when you guys not only qualified in your first year, but also the women's team qualified in their first year for the March Madness tournament? So what was that like for not only your team but also for the women's team in the UC San Diego program as a whole?
Yeah, I think it was super special, man, and I think it's a credit to the program that
Hmm.
they're building down in UC San Diego. It's a special it's a special school, and they've got great people around everywhere. So I think it's just a testimony to what they're building down in San Diego, and I think it's just to show what's to come.
Totally, totally. And sadly, that was your last college year. So what was your favorite memory at UC San Diego or in your college career?
There's so many, bro, but yeah, there's so many, so it's hard to knuckle it down to one. But I would probably say senior night, bro, to kind of get that recognition along with
Hmm.
the other seniors there and to have my family there. And just to recognize the career that I've had, it was pretty special, man. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing the clips on Instagram. You had the I'm not gonna try because I don't know what the thing in your background is, but you had that on, right? I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that, and what does it mean for you?
Yeah, so called a cutaway. It's like it's made out of feathers. It's a traditional Māori kind of like totem. You kind of
Uh-huh.
get it. I got it for my 21st birthday, and it kind of symbolizes making the journey to manhood. So yeah, it's a special piece for me, man. It comes everywhere with me. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was pretty special to wear that on senior night.
That's Yeah, definitely. And then after your UC San Diego sort of regular season, you participated in the college all-star game. So what was that like in that experience?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. To play on the Final Four court and to play
Mhm.
in such a humongous arena. I mean, the
Yeah.
arena stood at 80,000, and I've never played in anything close to that. So that was another special opportunity, and that I was grateful for. And yeah, it was
Mhm.
amazing, man.
Yeah, did you end up watching the Final Four then in San Diego or San Antonio too?
No, I had to go home. But
Ah,
we could have stayed, but nah, yeah, it was. I wish I did because it looked lit.
that's fair. What was your favorite memory from March Madness? Like we saw this year, I saw a clip on Instagram. One of the guys from your team actually like asked if he could keep his name tag to show how much it meant to him. So what was your favorite memory of the March Madness like experience?
Probably just running out there with the guys, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like, not even for the game. Like we had an open practice, and just walking into the arena, just just the little things, bro. That's what I remember about it. Is just seeing like
That's
the
fair.
smiles on guys' faces, uh,
Uh-huh.
just enjoying it with my teammates for the first time.
Hmm.
I think that was something special, bro.
Totally, totally. Well, that's all of the questions I had. Thank you for being flexible, taking time out of your busy, pre-draft workouts and all that stuff to make time for me. It means a lot. And guys, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. Ani, we got anything else you want to say to the people?
And I appreciate you having me on, brother. You're the man. Keep it up, bro. Keep grinding. Yeah, I love this, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, bro. I'm gonna